All right, welcome into the Turf Tapes, everybody. My name is Trey. We'll be hanging out this evening. Lots of things and stuff to talk through as we're officially in arena and indoor football season now, including some things that were just announced moments ago. We've got AF1, IFL, could even sprinkle in a little NAL if we're feeling spicy, if we're getting a little crazy. But we've got a doozy of a game lined up here for you tonight. But before we dive into that, if you're just joining us, welcome. Hello. Thank you for being here. Please make sure you're following Off the Wall on all of our socials: Instagram, X/Twitter, TikTok, at Off the Wall FB, F as in foot, B as in ball. See if I can do the point. Nailed it. Look at that. Nailed the point right there. That's where you can follow us on the socials. We're also on Threads and Blue Sky as well. So very new to those, but trying to figure out the lay of the land there. So if you're on there, say hello, give us a follow, pop in. We are also streaming live on YouTube, X, and Twitch. If you are watching any of those, please make sure you are subscribing to the channel, liking the stream, and peer pressuring your friends into doing the same, because that is what friends are for. Now, if this is your first time watching the Turf Tapes, welcome. Happy you decided to join us. This is something that we created to be able to really lean into the community aspect of arena football and live stream old arena and indoor football games and talk shop about the sport, the teams, the players, and usually while getting to know the guests a little bit better. Tonight, we won't have a specific guest on camera, but instead the guests will be the folks in the chat, the folks who have been here the past couple of streams and really checked things out. So I've not really done a great job of monitoring the chat in the past. Hand up, I got to do better. So we're going to do better today. So if you're watching live and you have a hot take, you have a comment, a question, a concern, a bold prediction, whatever it may be, throw it in the chat and let's talk about it while we watch tonight's game. Firebirds fans, this is a safe space. You can rant, you can vent, you can cope, whatever it may be as well. We're here. We're one big communal family here. So big shout out to Andrew. Andrew already ready for AFL, and I guess that was supposed to be IFL season. I'll watch AF1 and IFL only. All right, Andrew, we'll see how that goes. But we've got a really good game. I haven't watched it in full, but I kind of glanced at the highlights to make sure that it was going to be a banger. But we've got a good one. It's going to be the Tampa Bay Storm versus the Philadelphia Soul from the 2005 season. So this is from the era when I was really into arena football growing up as a youth in Central Florida. So this matchup with these players really jumped off the page to me. So let's dive into it. Let's get things going, and let's not waste any more time here. All right, let me share my screen. That'll probably be good, right? All right, let's do this. All right, we should be good there. Let's see how the sound is.
It's the AFL on NBC.
Somebody in the chat, let me know how the sound is. Do I need to go up or down? I think that's good, but just let me know.
From Chicago, Philadelphia in dire need of a victory, led by quarterback Tony Graziani, Papa Mike Pulaski, and Vi Sikahema.
All right, we got the Philadelphia Soul. And look, no wasted time. Right into it. First kick off the net. Here we go. TT Tolliver. That's a name.
Let's take a look at the Netscape starting lineup.
All right, sound is good. Thank you, IFA. Appreciate that.
Tampa Bay Storm on offense, and Shane.
This starting lineup is what made me pick this game. Shane Stafford, David White, Lawrence Samuels, TT Tolliver, Freddie Solomon. Those are some dudes from the 2000s arena circuit. They were so good. All right, this week in arena ball, a new era indeed. How we feeling? This is a safe space. Firebirds fans, let's hear it.
Samuels makes the catch and
Ooh,
dragged down
big
by
tackle.
Calvin Bolden after a gain of about 5. Here's the Netscape starting lineup as we take a look at the Philadelphia Soul.
Lawrence Samuels, he's a
Year,
dude.
they've only combined for 2 sacks. Deron Brown, Eric Goldstein, and
AF1 over IFL. The Nets make the game so much more fun and predictable. Matthew already with the hot takes. Love that. Is Shane Stafford Matt Stafford's brother? I don't think so, but I don't know enough to support that. Let's find out.
Him being the Matt, who is the fullback linebacker.
Tolliver, the motion man,
Let's see.
the Tampa Bay Storm. Stafford to throw. Tolliver wide open downfield.
Oh, wow. Already.
Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Well, Joe Todd this week, he was
TT Tolliver not wasting any time.
for the soul the last couple of weeks. He was moved to that two-way wide receiver defensive back position, playing into the short side of the field. Coach Markham told us yesterday he's going to.
I don't think he is. I really don't think he is Shane Stafford or Matt Stafford's brother.
Great speed on the outside, and it was nothing but a one-move post. Just gave Todd a look like he was going to
one move post, easy peasy. Man, TT Tolliver was so good.
Pulled the string a little bit on the ball, didn't want to miss him.
So Tolliver connects on his 4th touchdown catch. Matt George in for the extra point. And he's able to knock it through for the Tampa.
That is funny,
Bay.
though, that
like
two Stafford last
27-0
names were quarterbacks in the NFL and AFL.
Pass. Bob Papa along with Mike Pulaski. So glad you can
Mike Pulaski.
Out there
Look at Mike. There you go, Fibers fans. You got something to hang your hat on.
Very good quarterback, starting with Sugar Shane Stafford.
Yeah, and there's a good argument.
Sugar Shane
Stafford is pushing for that first team All-Arena this year. He said in his second year back as the starter for Tampa Bay, feels very comfortable in that position now, and is really starting to get a feel for Coach Markham, which is hard to do. But he's had a great season so far, 36 touchdowns.
Okay, Chris, Shane Stafford was the first AFL card I pulled when opening Upper Deck 2005. That's awesome. You still have that card, Chris?
This year he's having a hard time. Communication between quarterbacks and receivers is key. He's coming from a core that he knew to a new team with new receivers. He's trying to get a feel for him, throwing a few more interceptions at 9 this year. He needs to get that communication figured out.
Well, he's going to have to respond right away as Matt George places the ball on the tee for the Tampa Bay Storm. Off to a very good start with Stafford throwing his 37th touchdown pass of the season. George in his 6th year. And the dangerous Steve
37th touchdown pass of the season. I think this was week 8. That's like 4 or 5 a game. That's pretty good.
Here on NBC earlier this year.
And Steve Smith, one of the guys that Coach Markham said they had to be very wary of. The return game was something that they wanted to focus on for Tampa.
This is a good coaching matchup, too. We got Coach Markham and Coach Trigg.
The mirror man, Todd, was there. There's a flag on the play. Todd to the 15 and wrestled down at the 19-yard line by Ernest Certain.
And the flag is going to be interference. It's going to be Tampa crossing the 5-yard line. They can't break that zone when the kick's in the air.
They crossed the halo.
The net pops up. It makes it hard for those guys not to break in.
During the return, kick catch interference on the kicking team number 18. The 5-yard penalty will be enforced.
That's such an interesting rule.
First down.
Tom McKay,
there's not much you can really do there.
Tony Graziani, the quarterback, as we take a look at the Netscape starting lineups for the Philadelphia
Tony Graziani. Let's go.
At the quarterback position, so far on the season, 40 touchdown passes, 9 interceptions.
Steve Smith, not that one, the other one.
42 catches and 14 touchdowns.
And Scott has been a guy that.
Hey, Justin, what's going on, man?
What he said, so one guy that he really feels he has timing with.
1st and 10 for Philadelphia. Graziani's passed out of the way nicely. Good defensive pursuit to the football. Jonathan Ordway stepping in there, the 3rd-year pro out of Boston College.
Chris still has almost all the AFL cards. I've tried to sell some of the goals, but not too much of a market. Yeah, I could see that. Maybe in the future there might be some market for it if some of these teams come back.
Coach Markham yesterday told us
I wonder what Shane Stafford's up to now.
Brown, that offensive line. He said that Cyron Brown couldn't stop him in practice all year last year when Cyron was down with Tampa.
2nd and 10 for Philadelphia. Smith in motion. Smith settles down, makes the catch. Smith has tremendous speed and he gets tripped up by Ordway.
Almost got away.
At the 13-yard line.
Pretty sure this Steve Smith was
traditionally under Coach
followed Coach Trigg around for a little bit.
They don't try to mix it up too much and confuse themselves.
Let's look him up on Arena Fan. Shout out to Arena Fan.
He's going to play off man when he has field to his back because he doesn't want to give up the deep ball. But when they get into the red zone, they're going to play press and play a little bit tighter.
I just typed in Smith and a billion Smiths came up. No kidding.
Eric Berklin in Seattle earlier this week. Tony flew out to the West Coast to be with his family. Got back late last night.
Yeah, Steve Smith went from Grand Rapids to Philadelphia with Coach Trigg. Ooh.
Good coverage on the play by
good defense.
Jones. Graziani, his aunt was in
World of Football checking in. What's up, guys? Miss y'all. I love the Soul helmet logo. Yes, sir. That is such a good one.
And the car going the other way was rear-ended, swerved into his uncle's lane in the motorcycle, and his uncle was killed in the motorcycle accident. And Tony flew back out to the West Coast on Wednesday.
Jeez, guys, getting a little heavy here.
Practice Wednesday morning, they moved the practice up for him, but he didn't get back until late last night with travel problems coming back from the West Coast.
Yeah, didn't get in until midnight last night, so not fully.
Ooh, good catch.
The pass to Marcus Knight. Quick sail right to the outside, and Tony Graziani Great touch over the top, being able to fit that ball in before Knight got to the corner.
Graziani with his 41st,
Being able to
Get that replay.
problems coming back from the
How'd he
West
get so
Coast.
open?
Yeah, didn't get in until midnight last night.
That was just a basic corner route.
Fully rested, but it didn't show up right there with the pass to Marcus.
Hate to see it.
Over the
He out of Michigan running a nice corner route. And
Oh, he caught the DB
Marcus
flat-footed. Look at
Knight,
this.
rookie out of Michigan, running
Oh,
a nice corner route.
28 had no
Graziani with a
shot.
Perfect pass.
Yeah, right over the top. Marcus Knight is a big receiver. Graziani likes big receivers. He comes from LA where he had guys like Greg Hopkins.
Ownership
Chris
can't hold
Jackson.
grudges
Likes
against
the bigger
people. If
body.
DP didn't work
Getting
it out
Marcus
with the
Knight there is
Firebirds,
gonna
and he's
give him
saying
a
what he's
certain
saying,
level
that
of
doesn't
comfort
look
at the
good.
quarterback position.
Marcus Knight played for the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened, but it seems like seems like there was a disconnect somewhere along the way. But usually when they say money isn't a factor, that's usually the main factor. So, but I don't know. That's just
You don't
hearsay.
become a poker champion by playing once a week.
You've got to play a lot of hands with people who challenge your skills.
Tournament chat.
Joining me is a model.
Look at the in studio.
In his, and one of the two men who's joining me is a model, and he does that for a living. In his,
You think we see some in studio hits?
Forget about it. That's really what Greg Hopkins will
Some in studio hits this upcoming season, or at some point over the next couple of years.
Sending all this to
because we those
for the modeling.
touchdown day. Signed Tolliver to return the kickoff, and it goes underneath the crossbar and out of bounds for a touchback. So he's got an iron, and then he gets a touchback.
That's surprising. Before the game, when we watched him kick a little bit, he was struggling.
Chris saying
hitting
attempted to
the
get
iron, or just
Stafford
even hitting
as
the net.
a
Now he's
through
got
the mail
two
auto in
perfect kicks on
2021.
kickoff.
At the time, he was working at a quarterback academy that team made for high
Just getting
schoolers.
used to
That makes
the game,
sense.
and it's hard for
Seems
kids.
like a lot of the former pros have kind of ventured into the quarterback academy world, including, cheap plug, off the wall guest Raymond Phil, y'all. He was on an episode a couple episodes back. I think it was 2-3 weeks ago at this point. So go check out that interview if you haven't already. Had a really fun time chatting with Coach Phil, y'all, and talking shop about his career, playing for the Firebirds, playing for the Rush, playing all throughout the AFL and what he's up to now. So go check that
He had
out.
made up his mind to throw that ball beforehand because Keita Crespina was in perfect position to play that out route. Just one of the classic Tampa formations Tampa looks. We talked to Coach Markham yesterday, joked about the amount of plays that he runs. He said he only goes into a game with about 5 plays. So you're going to see a lot of the same motions, same looks today.
There is Tim Markham, the winningest coach in AFL history.
Tim Markham, what a
Second
legend.
10, Stafford, and wide open down the sideline was Samuels.
Like, I don't think we nearly appreciate Tim Markham as much as we should.
First down for the Tampa Bay Storm.
We're going to take a look at this play from the top. It's going to be a post on the inside and just a quick sit down by Samuels on the outside.
7-time Arena Bowl champion, 2-time Coach of the Year.
Freddie Solomon, it leaves Samuels wide open on the sideline.
He got inducted into the Hall of Fame, then won a championship afterwards.
That's what Shane Stafford has been doing so well this season.
He was so good for so long.
Read the play, number 24 for Philadelphia. He's a new player to their system. Stafford hits Samuels, left flat. And Samuels
Stafford to Samuels, we're going to be seeing that a lot. A lot.
You know what happens a lot of the time, Bob, is these DBs try to cheat in. They try to sneak an interception or get a pick somewhere. So if they expect Solomon to run a sit down or a stop, he'll start to sneak in, which is what Coleman was doing on that play. As soon as he ran the post, Calvin realized he had to get back to the outside.
Yeah, Shane Stafford played in Tampa for 5 years. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I played for 5 years, then played for the Predators for a couple of years. Going from one end of the I-4 or the war on I-4 to the other. What we got here? Stafford dialing it up. Ooh, sacked.
Only the third sack of the season recorded by Philadelphia. Winfield
Interesting.
Garnett gets his first of the year.
And Garnett moving up into that starting line. Dwayne Missouri was the guy out there for a while. Philly has been looking for
All the respect in the world for Prince. He's a legend. He will always be a legend. Firebirds ownership has done this before. Stupid. Well,
as a Tampa quarterback, though, you have to expect to get hit.
That's
Tim Markham is
it's the business of arena ball, man. It's the way she goes.
Play offense, but they're naturally defensive players. So Shane Stafford should come to expect a little of that.
Solomon, the motion man on the second down. Bullet thrown by Stafford.
Oh, good pass.
Samuels. And Samuels gets tackled at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Samuels comes into the ballgame with 50
Matthew
catches.
saying, I think the Firebirds will
Last
have
year,
far more
second
success
team
than the Titans this year and
All
decade.
AFL
When DB
player,
started talking about
holds
winning
the
because
Tampa
it's late in his
record for
career,
most
I was
career
nervous it was
receptions.
Billings.
In Arena Bowl 17, he was not only the
That
MVP,
would have been
but
the
Ironman
absolute
of the
funniest
And
outcome,
last
and
time these two
I
teams
wish it
played,
would have
he was
happened.
the MVP of
Could
the
you
Ironman
imagine?
and
Could you
Offensive
imagine
Player of the game. So
Steve
really
Titus
experienced
just
football player, and he's been
just
outstanding
grinning
every single
ear
round
to
of that
ear,
position for Tampa.
trolling Albany for the next month and a half? That would have been so funny.
On this third down, has time, has Samuel, touchdown, Tampa Bay Storm. 13
Lawrence Samuels,
yards.
man.
There is a flag on the play in the vicinity of linebacker out of the box.
Illegal defense, number 73 out of the box. That
Freaking
penalty
illegal
is
defense.
declined. The result of the play is a touchdown.
So Shane Stafford throws his second touchdown pass of the ball game.
And here's a look from up top. You're just going to see a go route on the outside and a shoot route from the inside. What that does is confuse DBs
Wow.
over the top.
That's a good combo, and that's a good
21,
good
Eddie
breakdown by
Olin, just
Pulaski.
back off of missing 2 weeks, got confused on the route, wasn't able to get to the outside. Easy touchdown for Shane Stafford.
And Matt George converts on the extra point. Shane Stafford with his 38th touchdown pass of the season. Lawrence Samuels reels it in.
Lawrence Samuels, he's so good. He played for so long, too. I don't think people were like, how long did he play? He played from 94 until 2010. So he played for 16 years. I'm over here looking at stats. I missed a kick return.
And that is as easy as it's going to get. Matt George kicked
What just
the
happened?
Bay Storm. And that,
Join us week 8 AFL on
All right, got to run it back.
NBC.
Sorry, guys.
Matt George to kick it off for the
All right, what do we
Tampa
got?
Bay Storm. Smith
Not even off the net.
and a chance to return it. Smith is
He just went right at the middle.
Smith is gone. Steve Smith, second kickoff return for a touchdown this season, 57 yards.
and that is as easy as it's going to get.
8 yards deep in his end zone. He says, you know what? I got this. Let me just run in a straight line directly up the middle of the field.
Steve Smith, and you allow him a clean return, he's
Look at
gonna
this.
get big yards.
Tim Markham told us yesterday we can't let Smith beat us in the return.
Right in the middle of the field.
return game worried him big time because he knows what kind of an athlete Smith is.
Nobody ever got within
Kicker
5
to
yards
make
of
the
him.
tackle. And, you know, kickers have been the bane of Tim Markham's existence
That's crazy.
for the last several years. When we talked to him about his kicker, Matt George, who's had a good season so far, he said, I don't want
Steve
to talk
Smith,
about
pretty
the past. I
pretty
don't
good
wanna
with the
have some-
returns.
I just want to look at the future.
Pretty nimble out there.
Last year he went from kicker to kicker to kicker.
Andrew, does the NAL lose more teams? I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm not as dialed into NAL as I probably should be. I know they've had a couple issues here and there with a couple teams, but hope for the best. But yeah, I don't know. Hoping that they can just maintain with what they got, because who was it? What was the team that just the last team that folded? What? Chad, help me out here. Who was it? Was it Amarillo that caused all the scheduling issues? I think it was.
Their new head coach, James.
Yeah, I think it was the Amarillo Dusters that
his third game on the
last
job.
ones to bite the dust, or most recent ones to bite the dust.
Who was fired. Brings a lot of intensity, a lot of emotion.
Look at Moten there.
He's talking with Moten about defensive coverages.
There's a couple of things that he learned over the course of his career, and he said when he worked with Coach Belichick that learning the little, you so they'll do the little head coach. The head coach, now you get Tim Markham, top winning coach of all time.
Solomon on the return for Tampa Bay. He's dangerous.
Freddie Solomon doing it.
Gets dumped right near midfield, the 31-yard
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, Amarillo Dusters.
Smith takes it to the house. Bicyclehem is with him.
Sideline interview. Let's go.
You're the league leader in total yards. You just increased that total a little bit more today, huh?
Well, actually, I didn't know that, but
You're doing a good job here. You're keeping this team in it because Shane Stafford across the way here is doing a pretty good job keeping his that might have taken it away here if you hadn't returned that kickoff.
And an interception by Philadelphia.
Is that Moten?
There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, what's the flag?
Words with Steve Smith, and
Moten, however, is going to get called for the pass interference. Came directly across Solomon's face, bumped him out of the way. They're going to call him for that.
Pass interference on the defense, number 21. 10-yard penalty.
Hate to see that. Yeah, hate to
They
see
get
it.
the rookie from Texas A&M at Kingsville for the interference.
Well, take a look right down the middle. They make contact. Moten cuts him off right at the top of his route.
Let me look up
Takes
Moten's
Sullivan's
career.
momentum away and uses it for himself to get that
Eddie
ball.
Moten.
Very good defensive play to get in there.
Man, Texas A&M Kingsville. There's quite a bit of players from
That's what young players in this league have to
Texas
learn.
A&M Kingsville.
Proper
Even in
angles of
today's
arena
game,
football.
like I think
Don't
Aaron
drive the
Jackson
receiver,
from
drive to the
Fisher's
point of
Freight
the
over in the
ball.
IFL. I'm pretty sure he went to Kingsville.
So first down for Tampa Bay.
They've been
Stafford
producing some
throwing
players for a
touchdown
minute.
Passes.
Go.
Solomon in motion.
Little screen action. Got him quick.
Crispina and drop. Kenny Crispina played 5 years for the
Chris,
Tampa
wouldn't be
Bay
surprised
Storm.
if the Spartans don't play this season.
So
Social media
Crispina
just
has
posting
been
marketing
familiar
for
with Tim
partners and
Martin's
website.
offense.
Not
And
updated for over
conversely,
2
Martin's familiar
months.
with
Yeah, that's
Crispina's
usually not a good
defensive
sign.
defender.
He knows Crispina.
I think Amarillo hadn't posted anything in
today. You
6
end up with
months.
your two-way guys getting
5
matched
months?
up, and Crispina is the only true two-way guy in this Philadelphia Soul team.
Muhammad in at fullback. Solomon in motion.
Ooh, that was a
takes
nice little,
flare pass.
nice little flare pass.
Pushed out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. Time for an arena look in as we check in with Al Troutwig.
Bob, we take you to Georgia, where it's the Force and the Predators. Big crowd in Georgia, over 14,000. Georgia scores with only 37 seconds left to go up by 9. Good thing they got it.
Yeah, good thing they got it because Orlando comes back, scores, and Georgia only wins by 2.
So 49,
That game would have been.
Georgia now
I need to
has
find
their
that game.
6th win.
That looks like a fun one.
Great performance by Georgia, and boy, they're playing
Georgia
good
Force,
defense.
man, what could have been last year if they could have gotten it together.
Saunders with a touchdown catch on the feed
Caught
from
that.
Stafford. David Saunders with his 5th touchdown catch of the season, and Stafford has thrown 3 already to 3 different receivers.
And they're going to
Stafford's
work the ball
dealing.
around like that.
He was
Stafford
so
feels
good.
comfortable with all these guys. A big thing to me is Stafford took a big shot at the end of this. He throws the slant, gets hit,
See
knocked
Shane
down.
Stafford.
And Tim Marcus
This season, he
told us
threw
they started to
83
remind him of
touchdowns
Jay
and
Gruden.
4,500
That is a huge
yards.
compliment.
Good
He says
Lord.
he throws touchdowns, just gets back up, and keeps throwing touchdowns.
And that was a tough catch by
Wow.
Saunders. It's not like he had to go back and get that a little bit, but he held on to it. The extra point by Matt George is good. Now Shane Stafford has started 9 of 10, 103 yards, and 3 touchdown passes for Tampa
And he survived the takedown after the throw.
Whatever sport. Over kick.
Ooh, water ball.
Took the last one back.
Oh.
He's going to have to make something happen here. He can
Is he about to do another one? No.
Smith needs a block. George tries to cut him off, and Smith gets tackled at the
He almost returned back to back.
David Saunders, who had the
That's
touchdown
great.
catch, made the tackle.
Andrew, hope Fishers does well. Same. Honestly, I think Fishers is set up to have a very, very good expansion year in the IFL. Veteran coach of the game. Some really good pieces on both sides of the ball. Some folks coming over from Bay Area. Some folks coming over from Duke City on the defensive side. There's going to be the East is going to be a battle, and I'm excited to see it happen.
Championship as a basketball coach on Friday. You're like the point guard out there directing traffic and getting the ball to everybody. Huh?
Yeah, it's you know what, they're doing a good job of protecting for me right now, and guys are getting open, so it's just my job to get them the ball.
All right, Sugar Shane Stafford having a great day so far. Back to you guys.
Sugar Shane
All right,
Stafford.
and his dad, Dave, is here. Steelton High School is the school in which Dave Stafford, as an assistant, won a state championship on Friday night.
Big basketball fan. I asked me if he's a
Still
point
have the
guard. He said,
opinion
"I
that
couldn't
Prince
play
has
everywhere
cursed the
when I
team
played."
with these shenanigans. I will
Second
still
and 10
support the
for
team. Just wish they
Philadelphia.
ran it as a business.
Graziani got his
It's
man open.
oh no,
No signal.
no, he didn't complete it. Oh, he did. Wow, wow, what a catch.
The rookie out of
I don't know if that's fair, defense kid. I don't know if that's fair because I think you can make the case that Albany's one of the better ran teams in the entire league. So it seems like there may have been some stuff that nobody really knows about that maybe we'll hear about in 15, 20 years when the book is written, as Damon Ware says a bunch in the Flock U weekly TV show, or stream.
Rob Milanese, the 25-year-old
Yeah, I don't know.
from
I don't know what it
New Jersey. His
is.
high school teammate was Chris Sims.
It takes two to tango, and both parties have to be on the same page, and
Shooter's extra point
just wasn't meant to be. So,
is good.
does Corpus play Albany this year?
57 seconds to go here in the first.
I don't.
Rob Milanese with a touchdown catch.
I feel like
The
they.
Storms lead over Philadelphia.
That's a missed opportunity if they don't.
21-20. Well, Philadelphia's sole rookie,
Let's
Rob
see.
Milanese, is a local hero in his own right on many levels. From northern New Jersey, and he
No, they don't play in the regular season.
Philly's own University
Dang
of
it.
Pennsylvania, where he is the Quakers' all-time leader in receiving yards. He finished his collegiate career.
Dang,
with
that
third
stinks.
most catches in
I think that's part of the reason why I was rooting for him to sign with Wilkes-Barre.
senior year.
Just because Wilkes-Barre plays Albany 3 times this year, so that would have been electric. That would have been awesome.
Said when he was a kid,
But
in the summertime,
yeah,
he would
Corpus
go to
Christi's
Chris Sims
just
at
got
the high
a
school
lot more interesting.
And Phil Sims would come out and give Chris, Phil, of course, the former
Oh,
outstanding
geez.
quarterback and Super Bowl outrunning. End over end kick. Tampa on the return, and
Took him
Anthony
down.
Derricks gets nothing. Gets it back to the 5.
Into the first, 21-20.
Another arena look in.
Buckle
was
up.
First place against last place. Glenn, as we look at one of John's
Is that remind?
Now Saunders on the cap.
Stafford, sometimes you can take him.
Shane Stafford taking nothing lightly. Tim Markham said he has grown over the last
All right,
couple
into
of
the
weeks.
first, 21-20.
Such a good level. He's got a lot of
I heard it.
Ooh, The Office. Ooh, a commercial for the premiere of The Office. Look at this.
Why, of course. What's that supposed to mean?
I don't remember saying that.
I heard it.
Well, people hear a lot of things, man.
I can help out if you need me.
I will use your talents come baseball season, my friend, or if we box.
Really?
The Office. Love it.
Part of the Tampa Bay Storm and Philadelphia Soul hooked up in a tight one. Tampa Bay 21-20 with
Andrew.
the lead and the football.
Hope Wilkes-Barre has a good year. I hope so too. I think they were a little late to the game getting things settled, but they should be in a very good spot to make some noise in the East, and they're going to have to be good to keep up with the rest of the teams in the division. The East is going to be they're going to beat each other up all year.
9 sacks given up by Tampa Bay this season. Samuels in
Let's see what we got.
on the second down.
Oh, jumped the route, but jumped it too much.
Solomon, and he takes it inside Philadelphia territory. Moton finally wrestles him down. Gain of 22 for Freddie Solomon.
And sometimes it's just that close between an interception going the other way and a reception for big yards. Calvin Coleman drove on that football, and he was almost there in time to take that ball to the house. Just missed it when he gambled, so Solomon ends up taking it downfield for a big gain.
Coleman had 3 interceptions last year with the New Orleans Voodoo. Solomon, the motion man. First
All right,
and
let's
10.
see what Tampa can do here.
Tampa Bay Storm. Stafford underneath.
Tolliver again.
Tolliver gets tripped up by Todd at about the 4-yard line.
This is when T.T. Tolliver
First and
just
goal
got
for
started.
Tampa Bay.
He's another one that
Stafford
played for
already
a
just
very
in
long
rhythm.
time.
Now 12 for 13. We talked about him just being 10 for 11. 12 for 13 now, just dropping back, setting his feet, hitting his passes.
T.T. Tolliver.
Last year, 67 touchdowns.
Yeah, this was T.T. Tolliver's 3rd year in the league. He played from 2003 to 2018, so 15 years in the league, 320 touchdowns, 16,000 yards. Sheesh.
White, the fullback, takes the toss and gets stood up and stopped.
Ooh,
Good
into the
pursuit
wall.
to the football by the defense of Philadelphia.
Matthew Flock, you better reveal those uniforms to counter the negative energy from losing Prince.
Just a toss to the outside.
We got to be getting them sooner rather than later,
Good
right?
job by Soul Train Ryan getting out there to
I mean,
put
there's
the stop
only
on him.
it's less than a month to week 0. Like, it's got to be happening soon. Yeah, we'll see what Flock U has to say this week. They should have some choice words.
Which has been almost non-existent this season.
And Philadelphia needs their linebackers to make some plays. 2nd and goal. Solomon in motion. Stafford to throw. Looking for Solomon in the back of the
Nice
end zone.
little lob to the corner. That's nice.
Speed by Stafford. Solomon in motion. Stafford to throw. Looking for Solomon in the
I know
back of the end
defense
zone.
is not going to like this, but This was a Darius Prince route that they ran a lot last season. Look at this. Shimmy, shimmy corner. Just float it to the corner, get it to him. What I'll do is I'll do a side-by-side of that with a Darius Prince one. Just for you, defense kid.
Good touch over the top because Chris Ryan, playing that Mac linebacker position, was dropping back into coverage, got right to the edge of the box. You see Solomon come across.
Writing down my notes here.
And Stafford finds a perfect hole behind Ryan just before Solomon ends up running to the wall. That's a tough touch pass, too, because it's such a short distance. You can't put a lot of arc on it. So you have to be able to touch.
Mass Pirates Nation, how we doing tonight? Doing well, Mass Pirates. Appreciate you for being here. Appreciate you checking it out.
They get it down.
Barely
George
snuck that one
sneaks it inside the left upright. So Shane Stafford throws his 40th touchdown pass of the season. Hooking up with Freddie Solomon.
Look at that. Just floats it. Absolutely beautiful. Well, Usher, yeah. Going into commercial. Okay.
Fingers I got up.
Passes on 4 possessions. Matt George to kick off for the Storm. Smith has returned one for a touchdown.
Ooh, fumbled that one.
Smith sandwiched at the 5-yard line.
Kick return gods giveth. Kick return gods taketh away. If you joined us late, welcome in. Appreciate y'all for being here. We are watching the 2005 matchup between the Tampa Bay Storm and the Philadelphia Soul. Pretty good one. I'm not going to give away no spoilers in the chat. Not going to give anything away. We're gonna go through this together. But Tony Graziani, he was a dealer of the 2000s. Shane Stafford's doing his thing tonight. This should be a good one. So if you have any hot takes, bold predictions, have anything you want to talk through, talk about, we got AF1 news, we got IFL news. If you know some, and as I'm talking, they're about to score a touchdown here. Steve Smith. Look at that. He is so good. Apparently being named Steve Smith makes you a good wide receiver. But yeah, we have the chat wide open. So if you're watching on YouTube, X, or Twitch, throw a comment in the chat. Let us give something to talk about, something to chat through. And the hotter the take, the better. Are you a Firebirds fan that is a little heartbroken dealing with the Darius Prince stuff? Talk through it, type through it, let us know. But yeah, welcome in everybody. Thank you for checking it out.
He'll make you pay. Cedar on for the extra point. Good job by Coach Fuller, not chasing the 2 yet. Way too early.
Shane Stafford's like a pocket passing Sam Castronova.
Cedar's kick is
yeah, the way he's dealing tonight.
Missing his first extra point.
He's looking real good.
Cedar connects, and Steve Smith's got a couple of touchdowns in this ballgame. One on a kick return, and this
he just pumped the brakes on him.
After some missed tackles. Philadelphia within 1. It's the AFL on NBC.
Finding your way through the financial maze can be difficult. That's what. Let's bring
the odor
night.
MCT Tolliver for the Philadelphia Soul after Tony Graziani throws a touchdown pass. T.T. Tolliver has to field it. Tolliver tackled by Sean Scott. Goes for a touchback. You have to make an attempt to get it out of the end zone. Shane Stafford.
Ooh, Jeremiah, great question here. A lot of new sports leagues have gotten deals recently. Turn this down a little bit. Do you think the IFL or anyone else have what it takes to put the game on a larger stage again soon? Hold on, who is this?
He's doing real well. You know what I mean?
Dave Stafford, Shane's father. But to answer your question, Jeremiah, I don't think it's in the near future, but I think if one of these leagues does things the right way, it can be there at some point again. I don't think it'll ever be on NBC or even ESPN again. I think the Vice TV deal is a good step in the right direction for AF1. I know IFL's been on CBS Sports Network for the championship game the past couple of years, and IFL is supposed to be announcing something in terms of streaming and something that will make them, quote, the major league of indoor football. We don't know what that looks like just yet, but I'm sure we'll hear something. hopefully over the coming weeks, because IFL season's not too far behind. The AF1 season starts 2 weeks later. So that's a long-winded way to say I don't think it's in the immediate future, but at least 3-4 years, I think that's when it starts to get a little bit more realistic as some of the growing pains of the league kind of start to minimize, and they can worry about scaling the product instead of being sustainable and being worried about teams folding halfway through a season, or a quarter of the way through a season, or 4 weeks before the season, right? So I hope so. That would be really cool if they did, but I just don't see it happening very soon. Ron Jaworski, the guy. But if you agree, disagree, please throw it in the chat. Let me know. Let me know what you think.
Works with Graziani a little bit on quarterbacking. Still learning the nuances of the game, but boy, he is fired up and competitive and stunning film and wants to be the best he can possibly be.
Yeah, Mass Pirates. I'm glad Mass is going to get a geographic rival. We haven't had one since 2019. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with that. like it seems very off-brand for the IFL to not be the ones to announce it, but maybe it's a situation where they're trying to show the public support for it as a pitch to make it one of the expansion teams of the IFL. I don't know. It's a little odd. Seems a little rushed in some aspects, but I like the fact that they're filling in the Northeast a little bit, make Massachusetts' life a lot easier, and start to fill in that East Coast a little bit. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Buffalo.
First and 10, Stafford on the pump fake, looking for Samuels. Good coverage by Coleman.
Almost had him.
And trying to do just a little bit too much. Samuels ran a hitch and go on the outside. When he ran the go, Coleman was right in position. Stafford just throwing the ball away, making sure he didn't throw the interception. So you watch just a quick sit down. Solomon on the inside looking for it. He's running the complimentary route for the inside, trying to get open, but Stafford looking for the touchdown, throws it outside to Samuels.
And Stafford said that Solomon just runs such disciplined routes. He loves working with him. Second and 10. Solomon can't reel that one in.
Going to the well again. Same play.
Well, at NBCSports.com, a special section has coverage of this weekend's games of the AFL. Plus, check out analysis from Pat Hayden and Glenn Parker on the hottest topics in arena football.
IFA, Rasheed Davis is a story that needs to be talked about. What do you mean by that? Tell me more, IFA. What do we got?
NBCSports.com.
Well, so far, every time one of these
Andrew Anderson, hope Buffalo keeps the Destroyer's name. It's looking like the startup that is in Buffalo is looking to keep the Destroyer's name. If you go to my... Oh, he intercepted. Wow. How did that just happen?
And Stafford picked off for only the second time this season.
And a very rare mistake by Lawrence Samuels.
What just it bounced off of Lawrence Samuels' hands?
Square in the hands, and it just bounced off his hands. Calvin Coleman in perfect position to deliver that ball.
Shane, take the L, buddy.
Catch that interception. She's going to hit Samuels right in the hands.
Oh, it just bounced directly out of his hands. That's crazy.
The interception. And Shane Stafford complaining a little bit after the play. You know what happens as a quarterback when you throw that interception? Guys come and look to hunt you up.
Well, it was Coleman who got into
look
the
to hunt you up.
Stafford and taunted him a little bit.
But yeah, Andrew, if you go to the off the wall Twitter page, and then I think one of the most recent retweets was the retweet of, I think, Stevie Johnson talking about the Buffalo Destroyers and potentially bringing Fred Jackson in as a co-owner along with a couple other names. So if it does happen, it seems like the Destroyers name will be a part of it, and they're really leaning into some of that nostalgia. Let's skip these commercials. Jeez, we're chatting away.
You have that little with all you wrote net. The fourth, and Coleman gave Jaworski from New Orleans. Ron Jaworski made the trade on March the 4th, and Coleman.
That's got to be cool. Getting an interception and going up and dapping up Ron Jaworski.
Know that he made a good decision in making the trade. You know, Calvin, a little bit of a salary cap casualty down in New Orleans. They've got some good guys down there, but Coleman wanted to be a D specialist, ended up getting traded up here to be able to go ahead and play that position.
Handoff.
Failed running back draw.
Who serves sometimes as the fullback. That's his second carry of the year, and that goes for
Mass
nothing.
Pirates. My thing is, 2 is the league knows way in advance, obviously. They announced Fisher's back in 2022, so even if it is true, we're a while away. Yeah, absolutely. There's this at absolute best, it's a 2026 play. Realistically, it's probably a 2027, 2028 play, just to make sure they get everything in line and make sure they have everything laid out. Because we've seen what happens when you try to rush it. And that's not something that you really want to rush.
Graziani under some pressure. Throws it to the near sideline.
Didn't even see the wide receiver there.
He just ran out of real estate along the wall. Crispina tried to reel it in.
Well, to throw the ball downfield, especially to the
IFA Rasheed Davis is a wide receiver, played for the SaberCats for 3 years and spent 6 seasons in the NFL. I did not know about Rasheed Davis. Let me look him up. Good shout out, IFA.
Into that ball, it's just hard because those walls come up so quickly. If you're going to make the throw to the outside, you have to make it one of your initial reads as a quarterback.
Let's see what we got here.
Coming up for Philadelphia. Graziani not calling as many of his own plays as he had when Mike Trigg was head coach.
Played as a wide receiver and cornerback for the SaberCats. Debuted in 2003. Ooh! Big touchdown.
His second touchdown grab of the ball game. The rookie out of Michigan. 31 yards. And Philadelphia has their first lead.
Yeah, Davis debuted professionally in 2003 with the SaberCats. His best years came in 04 and 05. Caught 100 passes for 1,400 yards, 30 touchdowns, and scored 8 rushing touchdowns. He was signed to a contract with the Bears in 2005.
Marcus Knight, who played for the Raiders,
Converted from corner into wide receiver.
Tim Brown and Jerry Rice. He said Tim Brown told him this game is 10%.
Yeah, he had a pretty respectable career in the NFL.
Getting your assignments right and learning how to beat people, mental toughness, being able to do what you have to do on the field.
Yeah, good for Rasheed Davis. Yeah, he's a good example of just needing that opportunity to show what you can do. Yeah, good shout out. I think good shout out.
Cedar on for the extra point. Milanese the holder. Milanese gets it down, and Cedar knocks it through. Well, Marcus Knight, not only did he work with Tim Brown and Jerry Rice, but he had the great Fred Bolitnikoff as his receivers coach. And
he had Fred Bolitnikoff as his receivers coach?
Pride in his experience with the Oakland Raiders and being around Al Davis, and he's carried that to the Philadelphia Soul.
Well, but being
Marcus
able to work
Knight
on his game and with some of the greats that ever played the game. You know, you made the list. Tim Brown, Bolitnikoff, all these guys.
Played for the Oakland Raiders, the Amsterdam Admirals, the Bucks, the Soul, and the Destroyers. Columbus, not Buffalo.
And if you can turn around and use it in your game, that means you're a true professional because that's what it takes to excel and to compete.
2 years with the Oakland Raiders and 3 games with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, on that touchdown, away from the play, evidently Kelvin Kinney got mixed up with Dwayne Missouri of Philadelphia. To the right of your screen, Kinney wears number 1, and then he dives on top of Graziani.
Yeah, you see he tried to bend Graz over, and Missouri doing a good job of trying to protect his quarterback. Apparently,
well, dust up.
Like that, but ended up getting ejected from the game.
So Kelvin Kinney, the 6-year pro out of Virginia State, has been ejected for Tampa. That's a big loss. Kickoff comes to Tolliver, very returnable. Nope, his back foot hit the wall. His back foot touched the wall, and that is a touchback.
Easy, TT.
We saw that a couple weeks ago, they let that go.
That's right. When you hit the wall in the end zone, the wall is dead. Now, if there's a back line there and your momentum carries you out, you step over the line, you're still allowed to bring it back to make the game more exciting. But because there's
his
walls
foot.
in the back of the end zone,
Yeah.
as soon as Tolliver
Technically, I don't like that, but
his right foot touched.
And technically a touch.
See, if the wall is receded back a little bit and there's a line there, you can
then
straddle
you cross it exactly.
Yeah. Good call by the officials. Tampa has it, 1st and 10. Saunders.
Tampa was up by 8 about 5 minutes ago. Now they're down by 6. Ring the ball, fast pace, it's quick.
When you think about the walls, is anything inside the end zone, the wall is always dead. Anything in between the goal lines can be live at times as long as the ball has not hit the ground first.
Second and short for the Tampa Bay Storm. Shane Stafford.
Mass Pirates, I like how we're seeing former NFL players get involved in ownership around these leagues. We need more names that carry weight. 100%. Very much agree with that. I like the fact that Stevie Johnson's not just doing it on his own. Like, he's bringing in some other folks. Fred Jackson, I think, is a huge get if it's true that he's coming on as a co-owner, as he came up through the IFL. He's obviously a legend in the Buffalo area, so he is a perfect piece for drumming up some excitement in the Buffalo area for it.
That's final round coverage of Bay Hill Invitational coming up next on NBC. If BJ Singh wins and Tiger Woods finishes,
Chris, if I'm remembering correctly, Rasheed Davis was on the first ever Upper Deck AFL card and Arena Bowl promo card in 2004. I trust your judgment on that, Chris. I have no clue. Chris says it's true. I believe him.
Solomon with another catch.
Just the stop route, a good way to get back into rhythm for Shane Stafford, just throwing that quick stop. Right now, Stafford having thrown that interception, I really give it to Lawrence Samuels because it came right off his hands. It wasn't Shane. He delivered a perfect ball.
Plus, you're a former quarterback.
Hey, Mass Pirates. Stevie Johnson just put on Twitter 46 seconds ago, I'm so excited to co-own the Destroyers with my beloved city of Buffalo, but we won't hit the field till 2026. In the meantime, I'm thrilled to serve as the San Diego Strike Force's Executive Ambassador of Media and Community Relations. So 2026, apparently. Breaking news. You heard it here first.
Not a lot of pressure by Philadelphia this year.
Through the turf tapes.
Pass rush group, just a couple sacks coming into this game. They've gotten upfield
Buffalo.
2 sacks
Wow.
in this game.
They've doubled their season sack total in this first half.
Wonder if IFL is going to put out a statement, or if Commissioner Tryon has anything to say.
You need to play that defensive line position, emotional play, physical play, getting upfield.
Second and 13 for the Tampa Bay Storm. Stafford completes it. Dell runs out.
Ooh.
But Dell knocked down at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 20 and a first down. We're playing AFL fantasy football.
Scrappy slot receiver with a single digit. Love it.
Well, now Cliff Dell
It's a real,
this game, half of his
for
touchdown passes.
gym rat.
28 receptions coming in. 14 of them went
Coach on the field.
So Dell finding a way to get to the end zone.
First one in, last one out.
Dell played
Scrappy.
Ball at South Florida, walked on at Florida State, played 3 years there before going to South Florida. First and 10. Solomon the motion man. Stafford had to get rid of it because there was pressure again. Missouri getting in there.
And right now, Tampa having a hard time protecting their quarterback.
And that takes us to the 1-minute warning. Philadelphia has gotten the only stop. Stafford, 4 touchdown passes. Philadelphia in front, 34-28. 1 minute to go in the half.
Interesting time in the world of arena football. Skip.
In his final round.
There we go.
Stafford to throw. Lobs it for Dell.
Again with the lob to the corner.
Cliff Dell's 15th touchdown catch of the season, and Stafford's thrown 5 today.
Cliff Dell.
And Dell staying right on pace with 2 catches now, 1 for a touchdown, so still at that 50% mark. Just dropping back. Dell clearing across underneath in man coverage.
Cliff Dell from Tampa, Florida. And he went to USF down in Tampa, so it's got to be a cool moment for him.
Ball by Shane Stafford and a well-run route by Cliff Dell.
Georgia's extra point is good, and flags
Cliff
fly.
Dell.
As Dell, the holder, took a beating.
I figure if you score a touchdown, you got to pay for it by taking a shot as a holder, right?
Well, here's Tom McCabe.
Personal foul, number 95, running into the holder. A 10-yard penalty.
Running into the holder. I don't think I've ever heard that penalty before. Interesting.
You are so exposed. When
That's
you're
weak.
Down there, they try to protect you. You're on a knee. Not Missouri clearly wasn't doing that intentionally. Kind of got shoved in.
You don't think he did that last roll to try to get a piece of Dell?
At the end, maybe.
Shane Stafford, 5
You have to
touchdown
protect that guy.
passes.
He is down. He's looking at the football. He's not looking at the rush. That's him.
You don't think he did that last
I'm
roll?
taking a
Try to get
screenshot here, folks. Gonna
at the end, maybe, but that's
upload it to Twitter. Let the people know what they're missing out on if they're not here.
And for those of you maybe
See
not as
if we can
familiar
get some
with
more
the
folks to join us
NFL,
here.
The reason why they don't use just a backup quarterback to hold is because on missed field goals, the ball is live and you aren't fast at coming up on NBC halftime repeats.
While we were back in
There you go.
George with the onside kick.
Onside kick.
Recovered by Philadelphia.
It's that arena football math.
there with the good hands on the end of the line of scrimmage. Tim Markham trying to capture a little bit of momentum. They had the one turnover early.
Brown spent half of last season with the Storm.
Cyron Brown just going up for the ball, looking like he was getting the rebound. Didn't he look like a big man inside? But Markham, with 1 minute left, you kick the onside.
Had to know it's coming.
So that you can
Big man.
recover the ball.
Hell
If you
yeah.
recover the ball, now you go in and score, take the whole minute. If you don't recover the ball, then you turn it over so that they can score real quick. You get the ball back. You score a touchdown going in to capture momentum. You get the last score of the first half.
James Fuller, the head coach of the Philadelphia. So now the reason why the ball was moved back to the 21-yard line, remember the penalty on Missouri on the extra point. They marked it off after the kickoff.
Go!
Which actually helps Philadelphia. It gives them more room.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I'm not sure I would have onside kicked it if I was Tampa there. Especially if they had the penalty banked like that.
More time off the clock, so it helps Philly there too.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Onside kick at the end. If you onside kick and they recover, you're planning on them scoring quickly. So Tampa has to burn a timeout to try to stop the clock here. The penalty on Missouri actually helped Philadelphia in this case.
Take a look at the quarterback comparison. Tony Graziani. Only 10 attempts for 4 touchdown passes. Plus they have the kickoff return for a score.
Yeah, remember the big kickoff return. Tampa Bay's offense has been on the field a lot today. So Graziani not able to really get into a rhythm here in the first half with only 10 attempts in 2 quarters.
It's also matching possessions now as to
all right, here we go.
The second half.
Right. Well, Markham told us yesterday that he didn't want the big score on him. Well, we've seen several big scores, long field scores.
See, now the clock is kind of working in Tampa's favor because it's first and goal.
Ryan, the fullback. Let's see if they run it. They give it to Ryan.
Wow, he waltzes right in. That was kind of a slick play. I feel like Tampa might have kind of sold out. Yeah, they did. Wow. Look at this. This is a slick play. Look at this. Let's talk this through. So this wide receiver is going to go in motion as if he's getting the handoff, and watch these two in the back, or this linebacker and this DB bite on it hard. And the fullback's just going to take it, and he's not going to have anybody there to touch him. He had 2 defenders accounting for that wide receiver.
See if they run it. They give it to Ryan.
What a play. What a play call. But did they score too quickly?
Yeah, 42 seconds left on the clock.
You heard it. Please tell me y'all just heard that.
On the field, control the clock, go down the field and try to score with no time left. It wouldn't be surprising to see Philadelphia go for the onside kick at the end of this as well, because now you have the same thinking. 42 seconds left. If Tampa gets the ball, they score quickly. If you recover the ball, now you milk the clock.
You can't tell the big guy to fall down at the 1.
You can't.
I don't know if I would onside kick it at this point if I'm Philadelphia. But then again, Shane Stafford's dealing. He's got 5 touchdowns in the first half. Like, what's to prevent him from doing it again?
Extra point is good. So
72 points in the first half here. Or 76, excuse me.
And an opportunity if they can.
Hey, JBJ, there he is.
35 lead.
And an opportunity if they can stop Tampa.
Arena football coverage. That's the most second quarter arena football score I've ever seen. Yeah. They're dealing. Both sides. Graziani and Stafford are doing their thing.
Now he's so intense, and boy, he's passionate about this team and running this team.
Well, no, Philadelphia's got 3 timeouts. I think the onside kick might be coming.
Philadelphia. Oliver back deep.
Yeah, look at that. And he got it. Ooh.
Was he across the 10? Not across the 10. He actually Tampa's going to end up with the ball.
No. He caught it short.
Replay. I tell you.
He jumped in the air.
Oh, man.
At 9 yards across the line. That's a good call by the official. He was right on the spot.
James
Ooh, that was close. Show the replay.
Before it went 10 yards.
I thought Coleman jumped, but he waited until he crossed the 10 before he touched it.
Well, if the 10-yard line was an out-of-bounds mark, he would have been out of bounds with the catch. But you can see right here, he touches the ball at 9 yards before he crosses the line and lands across the 10.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
A good attempt. Had he let that go a yard further, that would have been Philly ball, but he clearly caught it.
I don't agree with that. Nah, Pulaski, I think you're wrong there, bud.
Tolliver. Knocked out at
Tolliver down at the 1.
I know you never want to give up on defense. You know, Moten making that tackle, young player. But at times it's smart to let them score because you now have 36 seconds left. That's about the right timing to get the ball back, work down the field, get in the end zone, and go in at half up by a touchdown.
With the ball to start the third.
With the ball to start the third. Now you get yourself a 2-touchdown margin, 2-score margin. That's a big gap.
But Moten is a rookie in this game. He does not understand some of the nuances of it. He's just thinking, I got to tackle this guy.
Right.
Don't pick on Moten. He became one of the GOATs.
Muhammad is the fullback for the Tampa Bay Storm. Muhammad takes it, and he's got a touchdown.
Is he in? Yeah, touchdown.
Umar Muhammad with his second rushing touchdown of the season.
Might be the cleanest onside recovery I've ever seen, regardless of the yardage. Yeah, that was good. That was well done by the kicker. Very well timed. Could have been a little better timed, I guess, but it looks like a clean one to me. That was odd.
But it wouldn't shock me if they actually tried an onside kick one more time, trade possessions. Muhammad, as a football player, actually came in with Albany with the Firebirds when I was back there, and he's gotten the nickname Headache down here, but he used to give guys headaches every practice up in Albany. Guys did not want to go one-on-ones against him. Joe Jacobs and John Crick and a lot of the vets would line up, and they'd see it was Muhammad going one-on-ones, and they'd say, no, I got a hammy or I've got a shoulder. I'm going to step out, and they put one of the rookie guys up there to go ahead.
Umar Muhammad.
Because every time he brings it.
Well, Shane Stafford likes having that weapon and enjoying a lot of success this year in the AFL.
Stafford just having a great season so far.
I like Hoosiers. It's just a classic. You know, I grew up a basketball fan.
I had enough of that.
Birthday.
Talked about he wanted to Connecticut so bad to get. George will kick
Deep
away.
kick. All right. They're done trading onside kicks.
Smith fields it off the iron. Smith.
That's a safety.
Steve Smith brought that out of the end zone and ended up coming back into the end zone. The officials should rule that a safety.
No.
Now they're ruling it a touchback.
That's a blown call. You see Tim Markham down there arguing for the safety. As soon
Yeah,
as
he took it out of the end zone.
And then goes back in, that becomes a safety. If he stays in the end zone, it's a touchback.
Wow,
They've ruled it a touchback.
that wasn't very smart.
And that's one they're going to review on film this week and realize they blew a call. See, Smith is
Yeah, look at
dancing
this.
around with it.
Takes
He's
it.
not trying to come out, but he knows the rule. You have to look like you're trying to advance it. He crosses right there and comes back in.
Yeah, that's a safety. That's crazy.
To pick up Mike. Philadelphia has the ball with 30.
Philadelphia got very lucky there.
Graziani, wide open Smith. Then he steps out of bounds with the 1-minute timing rules. Incomplete passes, first downs, and getting out of bounds stops the clock.
Yeah, it's standard timing rules. Once you get into the
83
1-minute mark,
points in the first
football
half
arena
here.
football is
Good
just like
Lord.
the big field. So now you can work the clock down. 28 seconds left. In 28 seconds, you can expect to see a minimum of 4 plays, up to 5.
All
plays.
3 timeouts,
Close to
28
6
seconds.
play. They
We're
wanna
going to be here
work
for
down and get
10 more
it.
minutes.
He's been quiet today. Sean Scott of Philadelphia. In fact, I don't think he has a catch yet.
What do we got?
Milanese in motion. Graziani.
Ooh.
Not Milanese. Can't get it.
Ooh.
Had a step on Tolliver.
Almost.
Graziani got waffled. Back.
Him off his route. He was looking to run the corner.
Look at T.T. Tolliver
Graziani
playing
just put it
DB.
up to try to give Milanese a chance.
All right, third down for Philadelphia.
Before he became an offensive specialist.
Manage this last 23 seconds, score, and they also get the ball to start the third. Milanese in motion. Check down Smith. First down, and he gets out of bounds at the 21.
When in doubt, run a hitch.
You know you've got 3rd and 1. You know you've got the 1 minute
Liz,
timing rules.
me and Pulaski are on the same page here.
What corners will do on the backside, he'll get there.
And obviously Graziani knows where everyone needs to be. He's going to look at Tim Marcus.
All hitches.
102 wins as head coach of the Tampa Bay Storm. That's just in the regular season. Smith in motion. 1st and 10 for Philadelphia.
Ooh, Graziani bomb.
Too much on that one.
No chance.
I think he was expecting Steve Smith to come out at a little bit higher angle than he did. Boundary the field.
Tampa Bay by 1. 15 seconds to go in the half. Smith.
15 seconds to go. Still on all 3 timeouts.
Graziani has time. Got a buy time.
Oh, he got crunched. And then he throws a dart. Look at him. This is nuts.
You won't confuse Graziani with Michael Vick, but he used his feet just enough to create time and throw the touchdown pass.
And take a big shot. Remember, Tampa
You heard that hit.
is a man-to-man team. So as Graziani starts to scramble, it gives his receivers the opportunity to break free. And
Step up in the pocket, buy yourself some time. Oh, he got whopped by Lawrence Samuels.
There at the end. But Steve Smith, working that post route, just turned upfield when he saw his quarterback in trouble and found a way to get open.
You know, Graziani's arm strength.
It's a good fire drill by Steve Smith there.
That ball right on the mark for Smith. Extra point by Cedar is good.
42-48 in the first half. Good Lord.
Can be painful.
I'm going to take you right on the field and listen.
I'll turn it up.
And you see him lying there limp.
Oh, he was motionless for a little bit.
Then it sounds like it hurts because you get hit on the contact from the player.
This is an out two-way play.
Now, 8 seconds left. Back wall. Guy's hand though doesn't by fire here.
Kick the hell out of the ball and try to ricochet it.
On the return. Cedar, end over and kick. This is very returnable. Tolliver.
No.
Tolliver. And run into the wall by Cedar. Well, Cedar made a mistake.
Might be a tie game going into.
Yeah, but he allowed Tampa to return the ball to the Philadelphia 21. You can't do that. You need to get that ball away from Tolliver or at least hit it off the net at the very least because it doesn't allow your return team or your coverage team time to set up their coverage.
Yeah, kicker did the team dirty there. You got to hit the hell out of that thing.
What you really need is Greg Hopkins' teammate Remy.
Oh, they're going to kick a field goal.
Rush of Colorado to kick it over the net.
Kick it over the net, kick it through the gap beneath the field goal. The crossbar on the field goal. I mean, anywhere that Tolliver doesn't get the handle.
All right, Matt George will try a 36-yard field goal.
36-yard field goal. Here we go.
His long 31.
And he was in this situation last week versus Arizona and actually missed the kick right before halftime, but hit the kick at the end of the game to win it.
Now, if he misses this kick, it's a live ball for Philadelphia.
See what happens here. Oh, it's blocked. Wow.
And that is how the first half
ends.
A 36-yard field goal block.
Take a breath now. Good Lord.
Couldn't get it away. Chris Ryan was there. Philadelphia getting some pressure on the quarterback, and they had the lead at the half, 48-42.
Both Chris Ryan
seemed like a low kick, but yeah, they just destroyed the offensive line.
Great effort play by the Philadelphia Soul, and Ryan absolutely blew certain up on that outside.
They were 2 guys that could have blocked that.
In front by 6.
Crazy. All right, folks, where are we thinking so far? How's the game?
Full scale, all field.
Oh, there's a fight. Hell yeah. Here we go.
Once again reference. These two teams not out on the field yet, and they are brawling each other. Let's once again reference. These two teams not out on the field yet, and they are brawling each other.
Ooh, let's go. McMillan getting in the mix there.
A separate fight, one that happens later, takes a shot to the eye, whips off his helmet, hits the official. You see he's got an eye problem. This happened on a PAT. Well, the subsequent PAT later, we see another fight happening. This escalates from a regional action into a full scale, all field, everybody fighting. But the fact that's lost is some really good football being played out there. Andy Kelly, Raymond Quinn are doing very good for their teams.
Actually, there have been 3 fights in the game.
Yes.
That's more than the number of incompletions that Andy Kelly has had. Now, this year in the AFL, we've brought it up. You win your division, you make the play. Throwing interceptions.
A little feisty in the AFL.
Log on to
A little AFL fantasy. Maybe we'll see some fantasy AF1 this year. Maybe, perhaps. I think so. Play this commercial. Commercial rules.
AFL Fantasy Football powered by Sandbox. Sign up and get in on the action.
Hell yeah. Get in on the action.
In the lineman.
The guys and gains, then
What we
Damon
got
Mason.
here?
Thoughts? Orlando back in the
Who's the hardest hitting DB in the AFL? Kevin Gaines, Damon Mason, Rashad Floyd, Cedric Walker. Coach Walker, I don't think he'll appreciate being fourth in this poll. He was an absolute hitter, no matter where he was.
Players said Kevin Gaines, then Damon Mason. Thoughts?
Orlando Predators, Damon Mason. I've looked out of my ear hole a couple of times playing against that guy.
I don't want to look out of my ear hole anybody.
You do not want to be looking at your ear. You got to play. Quickest play. Arena Bowl NFL. Log on to Arena
He's the
Football.
quickest player in the AFL. Interesting. What was that?
Code for today's game N162. That'll do it for the Subway AFL.com.
Sorry, I'm jumping back and forth here.
The AFL Fan of the Year. Just go to arenafootball.com and enter the fan code for today's game N162. That'll do it for the Subway AFL and NBC studio.
That's interesting. So they were running a contest to win tickets to the Arena Bowl, and you had to get the code from watching the halftime show. Very interesting.
Steve Smith on the return. He's taking one back for a score, but it gets gobbled up by David.
All right, we're in the second half here. In case you have joined us since we started, hello, welcome. Appreciate you for being here. This is the Turf Tapes, where we watch some old arena football games and kind of talk shop with the community here. We've got quite a crew in the chat, just kind of chopping things up. So if you have a hot take, a question, comment, concern, have an idea, have a bold prediction for how you think the AF1 or the IFL season is going to turn out, throw it in there. Let us know. But yeah, we're going to watch the second half of this Tampa Bay Storm and Philadelphia Soul game from 2005. A casual 90 points in the first half. We'll see how much farther this can go in the second. So thanks for being here. Subscribe, like, follow, all that stuff. In the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, you'll see the socials. Please make sure you're following us on all the socials. And we're inching closer and closer to the beginning of the football season.
With the San Diego Chargers, the New Orleans Saints, and the Philadelphia Eagles. Also a head coach in AF2 in Bakersfield. 2nd and 10. Graziani. Smith slipped.
So close.
And the pass goes incomplete.
Chris, if there is no official AF1 fantasy, I'm already getting a Google sheet set up for my friends and I for fantasy, depending on how accessible stats are. Love that. Absolutely love that. I think there will be fantasy. I'm not sure if it will be officially affiliated with the AF1, but I'll let those folks kind of make those announcements as it happens, or if it happens. But respect the hustle, Chris. Make it happen for yourself if they're not going to make it happen for you.
Big third down. Smith can't wheel it in.
And the stats thing is a great point, where I think this year they will be a lot better with stats. Last year, I think Albany and Billings might have been the only folks tracking stats at certain points. So I think they're going to make a big push to make that universal across the entire league. So it should be a lot better, because it can't be worse. Couldn't possibly be worse than it was in that infamous 2024 season.
Down from the ball game for either team.
See, this is what's interesting about arena football for me personally. Third quarter is usually the quarter where everything slows down. Momentum comes to a halt. You just heard it. First fourth down of the game, and we're 33 minutes in, 90 points have been scored. And they're about to do a 3 and out or potentially a 4 and out, depending on what happens here. And they're going for it from their own 2. It's crazy.
Knight in motion. Graziani. Miscommunication with Smith.
Oh, bad miscommunication there.
Graziani through the go route. So all that work at the end of the first half.
Hate to see it.
To have a one-possession lead going into the second half and having the ball to start the second half to go up 2 possessions goes out the window.
Tampa takes it right back on defense.
So Tampa gets there
Right out the window.
0.
And
A Netscape commercial.
Accelerator for
Wow.
faster web surfing. And if you sign up now, get a one.
If you know, you know with Netscape.
So the guys have to play off this Philadelphia Soul called hitches versus straight man press. Nobody was open. Graziani had to get rid of the ball. Versus man and a press team, you should run crossing routes so the guys have an opportunity to run away.
And the Storm run it with Muhammad.
Oh, Muhammad broke the plane for sure. That's a touchdown.
For the touchdown. So forget the mad scramble.
See Moten getting a free shot on the quarterback at the end there.
Broke the plane for the touchdown. So forget the mad scramble. Omar Muhammad with a touchdown run. So Philadelphia gets stopped on their first possession, and Tampa capitalizes right away.
And this is really second effort on the part of Muhammad. You see him getting stopped.
He just runs into a wall.
Gets Chris Ryan, who puts his head down, and because of it, can't wrap up. Muhammad once again spinning
Crazy.
off, getting into the end zone. And you think about
2 carries, 2 touchdowns. Let's go, Umar.
a lake or a bowl of water. If that football dips into it, that's a touchdown. That's all you have to do is break that plane.
Down run.
Talked about him being a headache. Well, he's a headache on off.
The AFL takes why you for the Tampa.
He's a deep half the second.
Matt one for a score kickoff.
All right, here we go.
Storm. Smith has returned 1 for a score. Gets the slack netting and through for a touchback.
That'd be a 2-point deuce. Today's game, that's a deuce.
A lack of intensity by Philadelphia when they came out on that first position. The fan gets to keep that football, and the fan that catches a ball that goes into the stands gets to keep the souvenir. Compliments of the AFL. But there seemed to be no urgency in that first possession.
I would agree, and it showed with Graziani missing that first hitch, and then Steve Smith slipping on that second down.
Wow, Stevie Johnson's talking money on
That's a problem. You have to be focused when you come out of the locker.
On Twitter about the Buffalo Destroyers. He said, "I'm fully committed to bringing back the Destroyers. Our next steps involve securing $1.5 million escrow and covering the $250,000 entrance fee." I didn't think that was public knowledge beforehand. I promise to stay transparent with our community and stakeholders throughout this entire process. Huh. This is very interesting to see how all this will unfold. Taking a couple screenshots here before I forget. Wow.
Locker room. Crispina in motion. Smith the catch. Flag on the play. Picks up 8.
Graziani looking like he settled in, working that backside hitch.
Illegal defense, number 35. Check linebacker out of the box. 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Jack out of the box.
Omar Muhammad called for the penalty. Don't forget Bay Hill Invitational presented by MasterCard. Coming up after the AFL on NBC final round coverage. Check the leaderboard. Vijay Singh, 2 shots.
Real quick, look at the bottom line here. Clint Dolzell, 280 yards, 9 touchdowns.
Freddie Couples having a great final round.
Good
He's only 3
Lord.
off the JSBC final
Run it
round
back real
coverage.
quick.
Check
Joe
the
Hamilton,
leaderboard.
307, 4
Vijay
touchdowns.
Singh, 2
Dolzell,
shots off the
280
pace.
and
Freddie
9
Couples
touchdowns.
having a great final round. He's only
277 and 6
If DJ
touchdowns.
wins and Tiger does not finish in the top 2, Vijay Singh regains the number
There were some
1
ball
ranking in
players.
the world. You'll see it here on NBC. Crispina open and he can't reel it in.
Just drop that pass. The ball again, right in the hands. That's a couple times now that we've seen that today, both for Tampa and for Philly. Keita ran a nice post route, got himself open against Tremaine Jones, and a well-delivered ball. Just can't bring it in. Hit him right on the fingertips. You couldn't ask for a better spot for that football.
Graziani 0 for 5 here in the second half, but can't put the ball in a better spot than that.
Graziani starting ice cold, man.
Second down for Philadelphia. Scott in motion for the Soul. Graziani has Smith. Ordway runs him into the picks up 8.
And a good showing of composure by Graziani. Had pressure around him, guys grabbing him, just stepped up in the pocket.
49-48. Graziani doing his thing. Stafford doing his thing.
Jack has to stay home. He's a receiver linebacker. He can't blitz and he can't get out of the box. So he had to wait for him to clear.
See what we got here.
Once he did that, just dropped it off. See Graz stepping up in the pocket. Guys reaching for him. Just drops it nicely over the top. Good composure in the pocket.
3rd and 2. Philadelphia's already been stopped once in this half. Smith in motion. Flag on the play.
Ooh.
Breaking free.
Wow, touchdown.
Philadelphia.
Nicely done.
Well, the flag is going to be second neutral zone infraction against Umar Muhammad. So that's going to go for a touchdown.
Wow.
And a very nice ball on a go.
Very nice throw by Graziani. Strong hard count, too. He nailed that. Nailed that. Well, while we watch the replay here, if there's anybody that you want to see as a guest on the Turf Tapes or on Off the Wall on the show, please let me know. I'm always looking for folks to fill out the content calendar with, and I think there's a lot of interesting stories to be told out in the arena and indoor football space. But some, it's like I don't know what I don't know at this point. So if you have any recommendations or you have a wish list of folks you want to hear, please let me know. Share it with me.
He has not missed since. Crispina's touchdown catch puts Philadelphia back on.
Oh, look at this commercial. Oh, yeah. Not this one. The next one.
Bon Jovi.
Here we go.
What you doing in Vegas, little buddy? We're going to be here for the Arena Bowl this June. You're dreaming. Am I? Why don't we settle this thing right now? Go for it.
This commercial rules.
For tickets, call 1-866-AFL-TICKS today. Tonight.
See the kickoff. Tim Cedar. Derek steals it cleanly.
Here we go.
Looking for a seam.
Cut back. Nope. No space.
20-yard line, 24-yard return. This town is starved for a championship in football. The Eagles have won 4 consecutive divisions, NFC champions. They're preparing for yet another season and another run. Bicycle him is standing by with one of the key people of the Philadelphia staff.
Hey guys, John Harbaugh is one of the premier special
John Harbaugh.
in the entire NFL. He's the special teams guy, obviously, for the
Current Ravens head coach.
But this is your first time at this game. The Harbaugh.
John Harbaugh.
Football. Your father Jack, coach at Western Kentucky, Western Michigan, coach with Bo Schembechler at Michigan. Your brother Jim, of course, played in the NFL. But this is your first.
That's
time
incredible.
At this game. What do you think?
We're having a blast. It's a great family time. I got my wife, my daughter here, Ingrid and Allison, and I tell you, it's so exciting. First time we've ever done it, but the action is up and down. It's really a fun game to watch.
A lot of scoring in the return game is not too bad either, huh?
A lot of special teams, you know. I mean, I just find kicking into that net is really important for the kickoff guy. And my man Sean Scott out here is making a lot of plays. You know, he was with us for a couple years in camp, right?
Absolutely. What do you think?
Oh yeah, this is awesome hearing John Harbaugh.
Returning the football.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm not so sure you can't find some players in this league. He's a quick little guy. You know, he can really get after it. He's had
It's like 4 years before he became the Ravens coach.
Punting because they were backed up here, 4th down, and they had to go for it. What do you think of that?
I was wondering maybe a field goal. Would that be about a 70-yarder? I don't know. I think you have no choice.
John Harbaugh, one of the great coaches in special teams in the NFL. Thank you very much, John. Good
Let's
luck
go.
to you guys this year. Back to you guys, Bob and Mike.
All right, John Harbaugh and the Philadelphia.
Yeah, Chris, would be fun to see a player watch back one of their own games on the Turf Tapes. Agreed. That's actually one of the reasons why I started the Turf Tapes, was for that exact reason. But well, I'm working on it. We'll stay tuned and see if we can make it happen. But yeah, definitely something I want to do because that would be a ton of fun.
On the ground. There's no stemming and moving. Your hand has to be on the ground at the line of scrimmage on the snap, and that's what he got called for. It's a procedural penalty.
So first
Matthew Klein, I remember an ex-NFL wide receiver bought a team a few years ago. I think Stevie Johnson shouldn't put the cart before the horse or the AI-generated clean shot. That's a clean shot, Matt. Very well said. Yeah, it's interesting to see some of this being and be as transparent as he is, I will say.
Trading touchdowns back and forth. Another
Yeah, it's surprising. It's surprising to see it all unfold, but hey, we'll enjoy the show.
10 for the Storm. Solomon in motion.
Freddie Solomon. Oh, interception. Oh, he hit the wall, so he's out. There you go, Moten. You got your interception.
The game throwing only one interception, has been picked off twice today.
Well, when you see this formation for Tampa, you know exactly what play is coming. So the trick is going to have a corner and a flat. The trick is going to be reacting to it in time to get there before Stafford can deliver the ball.
Wasn't a great throw, but
a rookie in this league doing a great job of reacting up and getting that
wow.
hit.
Eddie Moten's first career AFL interception. And Philadelphia gets
Look at that. Eddie Moten's first career AFL interception. We're watching it live on the turf tapes. First of 56 interceptions in his career.
Comedy. It's week 8
All right, here we go.
on NBC. Tony Graziani on a 1st and 10. And a pass nearly intercepted by Derricks.
Almost picked off.
To Marcus Knight.
And Tony not exactly sure when Knight was going to make that break. Here's a look again from the backfield, just a little bit behind Knight. He wasn't sure when the break was going to come across, and Derricks almost ended up as a beneficiary of that. Good job of Knight just getting that arm back there to break it up.
Derricks played with Indiana last year. 2nd down.
Ooh, is that tipped?
Pass incomplete, and there's a flag on the play as well.
That was awkward. What happened there?
Against Tampa Bay.
Illegal defense, number 34 out of the box. The 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Good eye, Bob.
34 out of the box again.
Talking about Derricks playing with Indiana last year. He's also been in Chicago. He's been in Toronto. He was up in Connecticut with the New England Seawolves. So he's been all in, Bob.
Against complete.
Let me see 34 get out of the box here.
2nd down.
I don't know about that. Like, look, the box is on the hash mark right there.
2nd down.
Oh, I guess he does. Hand up.
There's a flag
My bad.
on the play as well.
He wasn't traded or worried if he going.
You got to be eagle-eyed to be a ref in the arena game. Sheesh.
Graziani looking for Scott.
Too much.
Got tangled up with Tremaine Jones. There's another flag on the play. We'll await the call.
Illegal contact on the defense, number 5. The 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
They haven't looked for Sean Scott much today, but this time they went to him.
Yeah, looking for him here in the second half. You get him manned up with Tremaine Jones. Just a quick hitch and go, and you see Jones come up. He knows he's going to get beat. So what you do as a DB is you cut the receiver off in his route. You'll take the penalty. Don't give up the touchdown. Jones has done a good job at that defensive specialist this year. Moved into the spot. 4th game of the season last year. Has held it since.
Knight the motion man.
Ooh, little screen action. Ooh, to the big man. That wasn't the fullback. Was it?
Has held it since.
No, that was to the tight end. Look at him. Look at him go.
Dean with his first catch.
Chris, got to be eagle-eyed, but we saw in that safety touchback, this crew might not be it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That was very blatant, and they missed it. Very, very blatant.
Bring the rush, the pass rush. How do you slow that down? You throw a screen, get your tight end out in the route. Really,
that was a fun little screen pass.
Back at the defensive line for Tampa.
Graziani, 12 completions, 6 have been for touchdowns.
That's quite a quarterback rating.
1st and 10. Has some time. Sean Scott.
Across his body, across the field.
Makes the tackle at the 12. Gain of 9 and a late flag.
It's usually a huge no-no.
Well, Graziani had a lot of time back there, and the reason for it is because you had a
72. 10-yard penalty for previous spot replay, first down.
Conrad Dean.
Because you had a hold back there. Well, without Calvin Kinney, remember, he got kicked out in the first half. This Storm defensive rush suffers because Kinney is a man to handle up there. Right now,
is he the tight end? Well, when the three linemen come to the line,
First
one
and
will
20.
raise his hand
Jeez.
to signify that he is the tight end on the play. Sean Scott's lone reception.
A little early movement there.
Flag on the play.
Good
Graziani
play.
hoists it deep, looking for Scott, incomplete.
and Scott should have had
They're
that.
trying to get him the ball.
He looked back. He stopped his feet. He slowed down. He needed to keep going downfield.
Illegal formation on the defense, number 74, shading. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Number 74, shading.
He's playing the receiver up at the top. He's right here.
What do we got here?
He has to run. Watch him as he looks back for the ball. He gets downfield, gets on his shoulder, and then right here he starts to slow his feet down. That ball is actually perfectly thrown, but because he's slowed down, he doesn't get the catch for a touchdown.
He was worried about where the wall was.
The difference between winning and losing games.
We should mention shading. The nose guard was not lined up head-on with the center.
Losing game. Oh, down here, watch him as he's up at the top.
Interesting. Okay.
He's right here. He
Yeah, he was.
has to run. Watch him as he looks back.
Oh, it was more like a
downfield,
offside or illegal defense, not necessarily a shading.
First
That's
down.
weird.
Graziani.
Oh, big hit.
Throws it away. Can do that. Got out of the box.
Free souvenir. There you go.
And that's the problem with a left-hander running to his right. You have to turn your shoulders to get that around. Again, this game doesn't just look mean, it also sounds mean. You can hear that turf rubbing up against the mic. That hurts. Every time you hit that stuff, you stick to it, and then you get another body landing on top of you. It's a tough game for quarterbacks.
Take a lot of shots. Night in motion.
Oh, holding like crazy. Wow, they're not going to call that holding? Man, these refs, what are they doing?
27 yards for the score.
If they show the replay, look at the running back picking up the blitz.
Comes back and delivers a strike.
That's crazy.
That's what you're looking for out of a marquee quarterback. If you can't take a shot in this league, you can't play in this league as a quarterback. Remember, he just got bounced off the play before. He steps right back in the pocket.
Look at this.
Quarterback. If you can't take a shot in this league, you can't play in this league.
Look at this right here. Watch this. He is getting mugged.
Remember, he just got bounced off the turf the play before. He steps right back in the
That's
pocket
brutal.
and delivers the ball to Marcus Knight on a rope. Perfect pass.
And whether it's the indoor game or the outdoor game, former players will always tell you your quarterback has to be one of the toughest guys on your team because they're going to take hits and they've got to be able to bounce back.
You're going to take hits, but hits that you're not ready for. Everybody else is hitting and they know it. Quarterbacks never see it coming.
Marcus Knight with 3 touchdowns.
It's a good point. It's a fair point.
Hi,
Philadelphia Soul. Watch the footwork here on Jonathan Orr.
Quarterbacks never see the hit coming. Everyone else is prepared for the hit.
Shaky as it gets.
Hmm.
Everybody was going inside with Steve Smith. Remember, Jonathan Ordway, one of the fastest DBs in this league, runs it.
The Odor Eaters' fancy footwork.
Steve Smith just beat him right off the move.
And that's what we call the Odor Eaters insoles fancy footwork. Steve Smith with a kickoff return for a touchdown as well. Tim Cedar missed his first ever AFL extra point. He's been perfect since. Anthony Derrick's back deep. The Tampa Bay Storm. Derrick's with some room.
Oh, the kicker saved it again.
Welcome to the AFL, Tim Cedar.
Well, you knew this was going to happen because Tim Markham, as we said before, not the biggest fan of kickers to begin with, but if you've got a guy who's new to the league, you're going to try to go after him, try to attack him, and just barely got the tackle. Now that's his 3rd tackle on the game.
Kicker has 3 tackles. That's not good. 2.5 tackles. That is not good.
Remy Hamilton became the first AFL kicker ever to win an Ironman of the game earlier this year in the 19-year league history.
Well, as good a kicker as Remy Hamilton is, and he is a really good kicker, Iron Man has to go both ways. I mean, that is one of the strengths of the spot.
Tony Graziani lighting it up today. Vicek Ahima is with the Philadelphia quarterback.
I got Tony Graziani here. I know how you're doing. You're doing well physically, but emotionally, how you doing? Your uncle passed away this week, and you spent 3 days.
Why are we asking him about this?
Morning, you told me.
Yeah, from Seattle. You know, my thoughts are there. Obviously, it's been a tough week, but you know, family comes first. That's why I had to go back, and you know, we got things handled back there. Now we got to win this game.
With each pass, you come back. And
That's a crazy thing to say.
Completely spent.
Mid game.
Yeah, you know, it's a very emotional week. Took a lot out of me.
Okay, Tony Graziani trying to hold it all together and doing a good job. Back to you guys.
His uncle Eric Berkland killed in Seattle while riding a motorcycle. An accident. Traffic going the other way, and he was killed.
Why? Why are we talking to the guy mid-game about this? That doesn't make any sense. Like, that's ridiculous.
Tony went back to the funeral. Now Stafford finds Dell for the touchdown.
Quick score.
Tampa Bay answers, 23 yards on the score.
Wow, 62-55.
Here's a look at how this play develops. Again, one of Tampa's
Ourselves a barn burning here, folks.
It's just a crosser underneath. You're going to see these guys both cross. When they do, they end up picking defenders off. And you get a free road to the end zone. And Dell again back in the end zone.
And Milanese not able to work his way through that. And Dell just turned on the Jets. George for the extra point. And he's perfect down the middle.
Scrappy slot wide receiver on a scrappy slot wide receiver crime there. That's what that was.
Dell, look at his percentage of touchdowns to receptions.
Orleans and Chicago. And
high, great stop. You've done what you had.
Happened to them in about 30 seconds.
Absolute high, great stop. You've done what you had to do. Momentum swing. You've got the ball.
But Greg Hopkins, they switched it up.
Biggest momentum swing in arena football and safety. Right here it is.
Boy, you go talk about from the top of the mountain to Death Valley.
So New Orleans trailing Chicago 37-33.
That's brutal.
And Georgia winning their ball game. Endo losing last night to Georgia. Austin getting.
Look at this division. Georgia 6-2, New Orleans 5-2, Tampa 4-2, Austin Orlando 5-3, Austin 3-5. The National Southern Division was really, really good during the mid 2000s. Very, very strong
Top
division.
To bottom, that's been the best division week in and week out.
Oh, without a doubt, you don't want to go down and swing an arena for as well.
Back deep for Philadelphia. He is a weapon every time the ball is in his hands. Not this time, as he's knocked down at the 11-yard line.
An Iron Man, Cliff Dell, goes down, catches the touchdown pass, comes down, makes a tackle on special teams. That's what this game is about. Guys playing both sides of the ball.
Look at Cliff Dell go. Look at him do his thing.
Everything after the game, tackles.
A lot of guys defense and enjoying it. Graziani 7 touchdowns with his 13 completions. Milanese tackled at the 20-yard line, picks up 9.
Milanese just got sparked by Cliff Dell on defense, and he's already back on offense. Love arena. Love Iron Man rules, I should say.
Shots coming out of his end zone. Again, stepping into it, throwing the football, taking shots in the legs. Of course, this one where he bounced off the turf, but then he comes right back and fires a touchdown pass.
And that'll be the 2.
All right, 4's up, y'all. 4's up.
For 20 characters Argentina football. Easy.
Has not arrived back as he had to fly out to the West Coast with the sudden death of his uncle. Eric Berkland did not arrive back in
They can't stop talking about it.
1 a.m. this morning.
Like, I understand you need to address it, but you don't have to keep bringing it up like this.
After tragedy or while they're injured, players play
It's
their
unfortunate.
best games. Right now, Tony just showing a lot of heart out there playing that quarterback spot.
2nd and 1. Sean Scott in motion. They'll run it. And Ryan fights for the first down. Good extra effort by Chris Ryan. And that's one of the picker positions.
Well, he didn't get a lot of push right off the ball, just kind of belly bumped into the line. But then he found the second opening.
Belly bumped into the line.
First down. A good second effort The first effort could have been a little stronger, but at 315 pounds, it's hard to get moving sometimes.
Playing AFL fantasy football, check out that ticker below. Scores and stats updated each quarter. Scott in motion in the 1st and 10 for Philadelphia.
All right, let's get Scott the ball.
Graziani under pressure.
Oh, Graziani got rolled.
DeMarcus Johnson, the rookie from Central Florida, gets his first career AFL sack.
DeMarcus Johnson, go. Start it on. Let's go.
And watch the rush up the middle. That's the key to this. Umar Muhammad cleans somebody off, and DeMarcus Johnson.
That was a nice little twist. Yep.
And watch the rush
Look at the
up
twist
the
here.
middle.
Umar blows him up, twists around. It's legal as long as the nose guard does it.
For the sack. You know, Tim Markham yesterday, we talked about DeMarcus Johnson. He said he thinks he's going to be a heck of a football player in that Southern draw, which I think means something more than just regularly going to be a good football player.
An 18 for Philadelphia. For Spina, little screen.
There we go.
Jones on the tackle.
So once again, we're watching the Tampa Bay Storm versus the Philadelphia Soul in the 2005 season. This game took place on March 20th, 2005. It's like week 8-ish. So this is the Turf Tapes where we watch an old arena football game, kind of reminiscing the nostalgia of the game, talk shop in the chat. So if you're watching on chat, if you're watching if you're watching on YouTube, X, or Twitch, hello, thank you for being here. Drop a comment in the chat. Let me know how things are going in your world. If you have a hot take, you have a question, comment, concern about arena football, indoor football, AF1, IFL, NAL. I mean, let's hear it. Let's talk about it. We got a big play breaking out here, but there is a flag. We'll see what happens with that flag. But if you're not already, please make sure you're following Off the Wall on all socials. It's in the bottom right-hand corner there. At Off the Wall FB across Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Blue Sky, Threads, all the things and stuff. And if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed and like the stream as well. So appreciate y'all for being here. Appreciate y'all for checking it out.
Again, Muhammad just starting a little bit early, and I thought they were going to call Samuels out of the box. But Krespinik doing a good job getting in front. Tremaine Jones making the catch and making the break upfield. And Ordway just enough of his heel to knock him down.
So 1st and goal for Philadelphia. They have a 6-point lead here in the 4th. James Fuller looking for his first win as head coach. He's going against the winningest coach in AFL history in Tim Markham. Only 146 regular season wins separate the two. Scott in motion. Graziani parks that one away, incomplete.
And Tampa was playing a zone look. They actually had a wide open receiver prior to the snap.
Look at the seating arrangement in this arena.
Parks that one away, incomplete.
There's a single seat here. A single seat, there's like 3 rows of one single seat with like a barricade there. That's crazy. What?
Zone look. They actually had a wide open receiver prior to the snap.
You got a free souvenir in the solo seat.
Wide open receiver. You see there's no DB in front of him. They just run a quick receiver screen to him. They can make a play. Instead, they try to roll to that side, and they get upfield pressure by the defensive back.
Penalties on Ordway.
That's exactly it. You can't hit the quarterback as long as he's still a passer. You can rush upfield if you're a defensive back, but you can't make contact with the quarterback. You got to stay off. You see Graziani coming to the outside. Ordway can't make that play and hit him. He's got to stay off the quarterback. Oh, excuse me, that's Tolliver.
So 1st and goal at the 1. Ryan, the fullback. Scott in motion.
Oh, Chris, kind of seat I need when I go to games. Chris, come on, man. We gotta get you a crew to go to some games.
Trip sets they came up with a play before, and just quick outside screen to the outside receiver. The inside guy is uncovered, but that outside DB is going to try to fall in to tackle the inside. Have that inside receiver make the block, so the screen
goes there to make the play. 2nd and goal for Philadelphia.
All right, so the scoring has dramatically slowed down since the first half, but still high scoring. Let's see what ends up happening here.
Graziani just flipped it up. Smith wide open in a one-handed.
That was too easy.
The fullback.
The DB just bit on the run badly.
Graziani just flipped it up. Smith wide open in a one-handed touchdown.
Too easy.
I don't think you had to catch that with one hand, do you?
No. And a touchdown for Philadelphia. Graziani just flipped it up. Smith wide open.
He just caught it with one hand just because.
I don't think you had to catch that with one hand, do you?
No. Great if you catch him.
I'm sorry. I need to see this all the way through one more time.
Graziani just flipped it up. Smith wide open in a one-handed touchdown.
That's so good.
To catch that with one hand, do you?
No.
Like the DB just overcommitted to the run there.
Yeah.
And look, I think James Fuller's telling him that.
Letting him know, just play action inside. When you're playing zone down there, oftentimes to stop the run. So Tampa was thinking run.
You got a little fancy there with the one-handed grab.
Graziani just a quick jab fake, and nobody home to stop Steve Smith.
BC.
69 Shy's record.
Franchise record for points. We're 9 minutes left.
69, a new franchise high, and they're not done. Stafford. Tolliver wrapped up by Crispina and Scott at the 11-yard line. Shane Stafford came into the game with one interception. He's been picked off twice. One was not his fault.
We go with the ball. The mistakes are going to happen. He's just had.
All right, TT Tolliver in high motion.
Solomon in motion.
Oh, Solomon in motion. Excuse me.
Stafford got Samuels and can't find him. Flag on the play.
Oh, the cameraman bit on that play action big time.
Well, Tampa
first down on coverage.
Got us all sorts of confused.
Number one in the world in the rankings. Bay Hill on NBC coming up next. Samuels was wide open and Stafford missed him.
Stafford, man, come on. How do you miss that?
It took a long time for that play to develop. Freddie Solomon was looking to push the coverage downfield, get a little bit of a rub, and Samuels was waiting for him to clear so he could come across. Stafford's internal clock as a quarterback was ticking. He felt like it was taking too long. Ended up throwing that off of his back foot, but he did have a wide open Samuels
in favor of Philadelphia. 69-56, plenty of time with 8:13 to go. Stafford. That time he
played that by Eddie Moat. Look, if they'd come back and just run a quick sail.
Yeah, just soft coverage.
By Eddie Moat.
Nothing too crazy there.
Nice storm.
Pass and catch downfield.
First and 10 for the Tampa Bay Storm. Stafford.
Oh, almost intercepted.
Makes the catch as Crispina lost his shoe, making the tackle.
Saw him come, and as he did, he jumped underneath this. When he jumps underneath, that cuts off that big play at the end. Tolliver gets the catch, but Crispina makes the tackle. This time it didn't go for a touchdown.
And playing AFL fantasy football.
The catch underneath, Spina saw it.
That's pretty good defense there.
And as he did, he jumped underneath this. When he jumps underneath, that cuts off that big play.
Yeah, he avoided the pick play there.
Gets the catch, but
that's pretty slick.
The tackle. This time it didn't go for a touchdown.
Very nicely done.
Playing AFL fantasy football. That ticker below updating you with scores and.
Kyle sense.
The equipment guy come out and tie it. He can do it quicker. 2nd and 5. Tolliver.
Well, screen to Tolliver.
5. He was down. He was down inside the 5. First and goal for the Tampa
there at the end.
See the numbers for Sugar Shane Stafford. Huge first half.
309, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Pretty good.
Solomon in motion. First and goal. Stafford off the hands of Tolliver. Crispina on the coverage.
Covered. It helped him for last year, being able to pick out what he sees.
Stafford on the 2nd and goal, trying to buy some time, looking for.
Oh, he got him.
Who's got it for the touchdown?
Touchdown, Freddie Solomon.
Solomon made about 4 different moves on this route. He shook everybody on the field. He shook me up here in the booth.
Let's see the replay then. Come on.
Buying time and finding Solomon across the back of the end zone.
So Freddie Solomon came into the game with 7 touchdown catches on the season, has 2 today. George's extra point.
Ain't gonna talk about
is
those
good.
4 moves and not show any of them.
Remains a one-possession ball game. Shane Stafford finding Freddie Solomon for the Tampa Bay score.
All right, we gotta go back and see if we can find the moves.
Stafford on the second and goal, trying to buy some time.
Oh, he was jumping with his hands up. He's like, right here.
Solomon made about 4 different moves on this route. He shook everybody on the field. He shook me job of
Freddie.
Through the
takes that. Tony Gross.
Bail into RJC. Hill. Onside kick for the Tampa Bay.
Onside kick.
Still loose. Tampa says they have it. There's a flag on the play as well.
Well, the flag
Who has it?
At the goal line, which means it's going to be kicking team offsides. There won't be a re-kick. Philadelphia will get the ball where it's finally down, no matter who recovered it.
Wow. Great insight from Pulaski there.
So they can sort it out all.
Chris, am I the only one getting thrown off by the scorebook switching sides on the screen based on who has possession? I didn't, honestly, I didn't really.
Yeah, I knew he was doing it.
Now that you say it, I'm like, yeah, that's right. It is, isn't it? It's not throwing me off, but it is.
On the kicking team, number 34. The penalty will be
Was offsetting?
half the distance to the goal from the recovery. First down.
No. Okay.
Explain what you mean by 2 touchdowns down.
Because there's a turnover situation here that.
Yeah, it's not throwing me off, but it's I got to be honest, it didn't really click until you pointed that out. That's interesting.
So there's always going to be at least a 6-point spread right now. They need to change a possession. They need to change it up so that they can get the ball back and get back to where they're striking back and forth and try to bring it down to 1 score at the end.
Seeing Arena thinking, Markham's thinking, all right, we kick it off. Philadelphia's going to score, so they're going to go back up 2 touchdowns again. So you try the onside kick.
69-63, 5 minutes left.
And we're going to see him onside kick again.
Tim Markham trying to work his magic here.
For a defensive stop, but we're going to see another onside kick out of Tampa if they stay at this 2-possession or 2-score pace.
Tony Graziani's career high for touchdown passes in a game 9. He's got 8. Knight in motion. He's got 3 in the game. Knight can't reel it in. Ordway on the coverage.
And Graz knows that he should have had that ball over there.
Mark, 2 touchdown cat.
And the Soul found
Marcus Knight, 4 catches, 3 touchdowns.
To get him in on offense more,
crazy.
Starting him on offense today.
Second and goal. Graziani.
Oh, that was a dart.
Incomplete. Foot on the line. Steve Smith.
Foot was out of bounds. No.
There's a line at the base of the wall.
Out of bounds. When you catch it,
Philadelphia. 8 in motion.
All right, 3.5 minutes left.
Knight in motion. Graziani. Under pressure.
Oh, he got crunched.
And he had Knight early, but
Ricky
that's a big
Hall
boy.
with the sack. His second of the season.
Took an absolute shot. Watch the outside out here. Ricky Hall is going to do what's called running the hoop. He comes outside, runs fully around the end.
Look at him. Oh.
Graziani never saw it coming. That's his backside.
Poor guy.
And just didn't get the protection from the backside. Ricky Hall doing a great job using his hands getting upfield.
Tim Cedar to try his
All right, field goal time.
NFL field goal. The former Dallas Cowboy, a 33-yarder. Those uprights are only 9 feet apart. With the crossbar 15 feet high.
Oh, wide left.
And he hooks that one. No good.
Never had a chance. All right, Tampa Bay got the ball back.
This is a 33-yard field goal down.
Tampa Bay got their stop. That's all they needed.
Dell in motion. Solomon the catch. Gain of 5 on the play for the Tampa Bay Storm.
And we talked about the onside kick and the possessions. That's not the way Markham wanted to go. He would prefer to recover the onside kick and drive down, but his defense turned it up and a couple of miscues by Philadelphia. Now they have a ball.
All right, let's see if Sugar Shane can
go ahead if they just hit
make it happen here.
And it's not easy to score from the 10-yard line either. Stafford has Saunders.
Good catch.
First down to the 16. You know, the ball was recovered by Philadelphia in the onside kick, and there was a 5-yard penalty, so the ball was spotted at the 10 instead of the 15, and they lost some room to score.
Yeah, the 15 would have made it easier. The 10, your reads become quicker. So in the red zone, starting at the 10, now you have to be on top of your reads, and you have to hit it right now.
You know, managing the clock, James Fuller, although he coached in AF2, this is only his third game in the AFL as a head coach. Markham has been there, done that.
Ooh, screen. Here we go.
Hall's got it.
Ricky Hall, who just had that sack.
AF2. This is only his third game in the AFL as a head coach. Markham.
Here we go. Screen. Let's go, big man.
The screen. Hall's got it.
Hell yeah, that rules.
10. Ricky Hall's second catch of the
Let me
season.
jot that down.
And again,
Tampa Bay Storm.
Iron Man football. Remember, he just had the big sack on Graziani. Comes back and catches the pass as a tight end.
Tim Markham, 146 regular season wins, the winningest coach in AFL history. Won 3 Arena Bowl titles. So
Go on the screen, the quick in it.
Knight, but he didn't see him. First and 10. Stafford. Oh, nice close on the ball.
Woo.
Eddie Moten.
Yeah,
Eddie Moten breaking it up.
Had
All right, final minute here. 63-69. Is Tampa going to pull it off here?
They felt he had a real nose.
Game's far from over.
Made a lot of plays today.
And it's saved a bit more time. Stafford a career high in the ball game. 334 passing. Under some pressure. Finds some time. Looking end zone. Got
Wow, what a catch.
Touchdown.
Wow.
There is a flag.
What's the flag?
What a catch by Saunders.
And I'm not sure
That
he was
was-
in the back of the end zone.
That was
great
a
throw
hell of
by
a dart.
Pass interference on the offense, number 81.
Wow, OPI.
Replay second down.
That's going to be an illegal pick.
It's on Freddie Solomon.
Remember we talked about the pick play before. The
Oh, man, that was a beautiful throw, too. All for nothing.
He probably got tied up with the DB this time. The officials saw it and threw the flag.
And you were wondering about the foot of Saunders and whether he got his foot in.
Yeah, well, that doesn't matter now because we got the pass interference.
All right, here we go.
20 for
See.
Tampa Bay. Solomon in motion. Stafford back. Solomon makes the catch and he gets tackled at the 20-yard line.
Great catch.
By Moten. Gain of 9.
Fifth step.
37 seconds to
Right side to start. Special team right before.
Chris to get us. Right now he has nothing that he.
Look at this stat line. That stat line is crazy. That's great.
There is nothing that he can do. He's on the bench. He needs his defense to get a stop. Shane Stafford down 6. 3rd and 4. Stafford under pressure just heaved it.
Ooh,
Good
almost.
pressure put on the quarterback. Winfield Garnett got in Stafford's grill.
And this
4th and 4. Got to go for it.
We talked about with the pick routes. It was made to look like they were going to come down across, but instead, Dell runs to the corner, just get downfield. He didn't do it. Stafford had
All right, big moment here. Big moment. What are we thinking, Chris?
Tim Markham needs at least 4 yards. 4th and 4. The Tampa Bay Storm, they trail by 6. Stafford, quick release, incomplete.
Oh, man.
Looking for Solomon.
Moten with the coverage. This is the beginning of the Moten era.
Snap the ball twice, and they have to get forward progress to keep the clock running. Tampa, Freddie Solomon here again running that sail route to the opposite side, and Stafford just outside with the ball.
Slightly overthrown ball.
Couldn't have made the play.
Coach Markham looks up.
They have
Philadelphia must gain.
Tampa's got 3 timeouts.
but then that third timeout, 4th down, turns it over.
You cannot take the knee, and now Philadelphia calls a timeout. You've got to get positive yards.
Timeout. You snap the turnover yards.
Yeah, got to gain positive yards here.
Timeout after a first down. Then Philadelphia could just get positive yards.
Smith in motion. They're going to run it to Ryan.
They got him.
Did he get positive yards?
Doesn't look like it on the spot.
The clock will
Clock
stop.
stops.
And this happened to
Oh,
Chicago.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Tampa calls a timeout. I guess they gave him positive yards.
Oh,
Looked like
they
he
gave
got
him.
stopped behind the line of scrimmage and did not gain positive yards.
Well, the line
Yeah.
of scrimmage is right on the
Ball
20.
snapped at the 20.
Chris Ryan got stopped.
Definitely
Yeah,
got stopped. He
got
lost a
stopped.
yard.
He did not get positive yards.
Yeah, he lost a yard.
So they burned a timeout.
Right, Tampa should not have had to use one of their timeouts.
That's-
The clock should have stopped because he did not get positive yards. He lost a half yard under the rules when you're winning in the ball game in the last minute.
Another blown call by the ref there. Not great.
Smith in motion. Ryan. He did not
For
get
sure
positive
did
yard
not
that
get it
time.
there.
And you hear the bench yelling.
Well, they're not managing this properly anyway because they have to get a first down. So just working on that front rather than just trying to run the ball.
Smith, now your plays are more manageable.
Yeah, it opens it up for you. Throw a hitch. I mean, these guys are going to be pressing, so you want to run those routes to cross. Remember, right before half or right after half of the third quarter, Philly didn't run away from people.
3rd and 10. Graziani has Smith.
Wow, he caught that.
It's not a first down. Tampa calls a timeout. Let's take a look at our.
All right, here's the game right here.
Defensive play of the game.
4th and short.
Eddie Moten of the Philadelphia Soul is our player that we honor today as he comes up with his first career AFL pick.
And again, that ball into the corner, throwing a little bit upfield, a little bit soft. Moten sees it. Good work in film study, knowing what's coming, driving on that ball.
That's our ADT defensive Mafia.
This kick.
Now remember,
Wow, they're going to kick it.
A live ball on a missed field goal.
And he's already missed a field goal.
Missed a 33-yard. This is a 39-yard.
All right, if he makes it, it's just about over. You need to just launch.
And his kick gets blocked. It got blocked in the middle of the field.
Oh my God.
Blocked it.
They blocked it.
I told you Tampa was going to rush this kick. You have to know.
Oh my
You
God.
have to manage your downs properly when you have the ball. Philadelphia should have been throwing the hitches, should have been throwing the crossers.
Oh no. Look at
They ended up
this.
putting themselves in a hole. And just a great rush by Sutton inside
What were they doing? Oh man.
to get that block.
Mike Sutton signed to
That's
the active
that's
roster
insane.
this week. Spent 2 years.
4 seconds
with
left.
the
Here we go.
Tennessee Titans.
Score here, extra point. It's a wrap.
4 seconds gone. They have Philadelphia.
Or take a you first Philadelphia Soul taking
Whew,
over for the
this is
Flyers.
intense.
Mike Trigg did not manage that last bit of time properly, trying to run it. Didn't get positive yards. Saved Tampa a timeout, and it gives the Storm a chance.
And Tim Markham is great at converting on these chances.
This is the ball game. Tampa needs a touchdown to win. Solomon in motion. Stafford with time. To the end zone, bang away.
Wow, that's the game.
Stepped in front of Samuels. No flags.
Oh, Lauren Samuels wants a flag.
But in all honesty, that ball was thrown behind Lawrence Samuels. The ball needs to be in front
Oh
of him.
man.
If it's in front of him, that's a touchdown and the Storm win. But the ball was just off his back hit.
Yeah, that's a bad throw.
Chance to get it.
Joseph Todd makes the play, and Tampa Bay loses in Philadelphia 69-63, our final score. Coming up next, the Bay Hill is in Philadelphia. Joseph Todd
Oh,
makes
Shane
the play,
Shane Stafford is
and
pissed.
Tampa Bay loses in Philadelphia 69-63, our final
Wow.
score. Coming up next, the Bay Hill Invitational. You've been watching the AFL on NBC.
What an ending. That was way more stressful than it needed to be.
Tender, all new NBC Sunday at 8/7.
Way more stressful. Yeah, heave ball. Yeah, you need a better throw from Stafford there to get that DPI. Just because you're not gonna. Oh, look at his face. He's mad.
Joseph Todd a chance to get it.
Joseph Todd makes the play, and Tampa Bay loses in Philadelphia 69.
Hate to see it. Well, everybody, appreciate y'all for checking out this this solo edition of the Turf Tapes, but it wasn't very solo with all y'all in the chat. So, what we got Mass Pirates, Chris, Matt, Justin, Arena Football Coverage, IFA, Andrew, Jeremiah, This Week in Arena Ball. Let's see. I already said Chris. I'll say Chris again. The World of Football. I think that's just about everybody. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, participating in the chat. Again, if you're not following Off the Wall already, please make sure you go and do so at Off the Wall FB, F as in foot, B as in ball. It's in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen here. Please make sure you're following us on Instagram, X/Twitter, TikTok, all that fun stuff. And then make sure you're subscribing to YouTube, liking the video, and peer pressuring your friends into watching with you next time. Because, again, what are friends for? So we'll wrap up the stream here. Again, really appreciate everybody for checking it out. If you're on Twitter, repost the stream, like all that stuff. Twitch, I don't know if anybody watches on Twitch, but I should probably pay attention to that. I think Twitch is follow and like too. I need to get my Twitch game up, but really appreciate everyone for being here, and we'll see you on the socials. Come drop by and say hey. Take care. Bye.